So, hi. What have I done so far? I haven't filmed everything because cutting and welding, there's so many YouTube channels about that. So and this is not a do-it-yourself channel. So I film a little bit when I'm partially done and when I'm all done. So what have I done so far? Let's look. Well, I went down in size. 2 mil seemed like overkill. So this is 1.2. And this piece is almost 20, 19 and a half or 195 mil. So that's good enough. You cut this. So I'm gonna cut this in half. Not quite. So we do the cut, some mill on the other side of the line. There. That was basically identical. Now we're gonna fold the edges on these two. So let's make some marks. Supposed to be 5 mil. Now we're going to fold these edges 90 degrees. And I don't have a, well I do have, but I don't think it's strong enough for 1.2. You can try it. My homemade tools, they're not precision enough, so let's do this in the vise. I wonder if I should use I got some So I got some spare pieces of angle iron. That covers the whole width of the... Hey, leave my gloves alone. Like there. Like so. Now they're really sturdy. I don't bend this by hand, so it's gonna hold for the radiator. So let's go measure where we need to bend them. So I made a mark here where it's supposed to be bent. We can do like this too, so I don't forget. 62. There, 62 degrees. But to be able to bend these, I'm gonna make a cut on the edges here on each side. That way I can bend it, and then I just cut out it's gonna be like a V here, so I just cut that out and weld it together, so it'll be extra strength. So let me cut these, and I gotta find some, because you can't put it like this in the vise. It's not gonna bend properly. You need something on the back that holds it out from these edges. So let me get this set up. Okay, so I found some thin wall aluminum tubing, square tubing I had, and it fits perfect inside this one. So let's put this up in the vise. Oh, first I'm gonna do something. Take a plier and you just, these edges here, just fold them out a little bit so they can go on the outside of the other one until you cut it and weld it. So we can get a start with this. I mean, you can only, this one you can only bend to 90 degrees, but you get a clean bend, see if this works or if I have to redo this. Okay, needs to come out a little bit more. On which side? I think this side. Like so. There you got a 90 bend, and I'm going to trim this a little bit to be able to bend it to 62 degrees. So hang in there. Okay, so I bent this one. This I'm gonna fill with the welder. So let's put it in the vise and put this one on top. That's off, so you zero it here, and then you put it on the side. You get 62.7 degrees. Okay, so I tightened this a little bit in the vise, and it's 62.9. So if we bend this one a little bit in, oops, too much. That's 62.2. I think that's good enough. I mean, isn't that precision work? So let me bend the other one and then we can weld it together. So let's weld this together. So what I did was I made a little mark here on the bench in a 60-degree angle, so I can just line this up here so it gets in the right angle, and then I just spot it in the middle there. So let's do that. Can you see anything here, guys? No, you can't. Like so. Line it up and spot it. I'll show you. If I can see anything through the helmet, not much. So, we line up this long line first. Like so. Come on, vakna. My weld is kind of lazy in the morning. My welder. So this one. So see, now he woke up. The first one, he's kind of tired, and then he wakes up. So let's spot this one too. put this one like so. Remember, I had a kind of a big gap there. Like so. Now we can put some real welds in there, in the vise. Nah, we do it on the table. Let's do it on here. Where's my, there it is. Clean this up a little bit. Like so. I have a bad habit of always turn off the welder and the gas, even if I'm going to use it in about 5 minutes. I don't know why, but I always turn it off. So let me grind this down. You don't have to listen to that on the video. So I'll be back. There. And they're welded on the inside too. So when I grind down the weld here, it wouldn't be too weak on both of them. So let's go to the car and mark where we're supposed to drill the holes here. Let's see if it fits any better now. Like so. There's another one. And we put left for this one. So I'm going to drill some holes here and weld the nut on the back. Oh, I'm going to drill some holes here, weld the nut on the back. And I'm not filming that. That's kind of basic stuff. Everybody can drill a hole and weld the nut. So I get back when I've done that. Okay, I made a little personal touch here on reinforcing it. Goes this way. Just in case if this band here gets weak, you know, from vibration and stuff. So I made a little, first I thought about making some gussets in the corner here, But I want it a little bit personal, so I did it like this instead. I like it. It's different. So let's put this on here and see if we can get it on there. Gotta pull out the radiator to get this in here. Like so. Then we have a bolt here with a washer. Let's put the other side. The other side. Oh, this. Let's see here. There it is. There it's supposed to be. There we go. There. Ooh, I like it. I like it. That is different. So this bracket's going to be welded in the front here. And then to remove the radiator, you unbolt it, these two here, one on each side and two on the top, and you just can lift the radiator out. That's going to be easy. Ooh, I like it. Well, we got to continue with the bottom here that I cut off. But I'm going to put a spot weld on this radiator brackets first. There. Oh, I lost my word. As soon as I turn on the camera, I completely lose what I'm going to say. I got it all planned in my head, and the camera goes on and I'm just blank. So anyway, you saw the radiator mounts. Now I have lowered this panel, so I extended it there. It's not welded yet because I'm gonna do that after I remove the radiator. So, and all the welds is gonna be grind down, make it a little bit nicer. So I extended it 30 millimeters down to clear the radiator. So and this panel is going to be also going to be attached in the back, but around the frame I'm going to build behind the radiator. So, but this is it for tonight. I'll continue tomorrow, I think. But it's getting forward. I'm really pleased with the mounts for the radiator. They're awesome. So, well, you already see the mounts. I capped some holes here. Here are some holes, and I also capped some holes down here. Make it a little bit sturdy. And the sides here, I had to cap these because I have to cut this open for the intercooler piping. But I'm concentrating on the radiator right now. The same on this side, I had to cap this one. And I put on some, we call it shrouds, maybe we can call it, on each side. It's kind of directing the wind through the radiator and not on the side. So on the back side I left about a 5mm edge here. Then I'm going to, when the engine is out of the body again and is on the rotisserie, I'm gonna fold this edge in and weld it in the back side. That's why it's only spot welded in the front. So I'm gonna fold this in and weld it. It makes it, it's still a little bit like this. So when I fold this in and weld it, it's gonna be a lot stronger. I have done that on both sides. So let's put the radiator in and see if my calculations for these shrouds, if they're correctly, or if I have to modify it. So hang on, let me put the radiator in there. There. I had to trim it a little bit down there for the lower radiator hose, but this is what I wanted, to get rid of this big gap here between the radiator and the front. This is perfect. On the other side, turn on the light here. Looks like this. I had to modify up here for the radiator hose, the upper one. But all this, I got a lot of building to do under this one, but I'm going to do that when I get it back on the rotisserie and the engine is out. So I got plenty of room to work under there. But this is, I like this. Keeps the air that comes in here behind the headlight, it won't go behind the radiator and disrupt the flow from the fan. Same on this side. So it turned out pretty good. Do you think we can fit a fan behind this one? I'm curious. So I put a angle iron here. This is an opening for the hose clamp for the lower radiator hose. So this is an angle iron. What is it, 15 by 15, and it's all gonna be tied in to the rest here, and on this side it's all I'm gonna fabricate when I get it back on the rotisserie, so I can turn it upside down and fabricate everything around the radiator when I can turn it around. But I also did some openings here for the intercooler hoses on both sides. They also need to be trimmed a little bit more, but let me put in the radiator and the intercooler and you can see what it looks like. So like I've been saying all along, this is a budget build. So I managed to find some rubber bushings here in my box from, you know, I saved all this stuff from the 850 and the 460, and these rubber bushings here, they fit perfectly in these pre-made holes from the factory. So let me put the intercooler there and you'll see what it looks like. Like so. I did some brackets here that you attach to the radiator, and the intercooler is resting on the bottom mounts, so there's no tension on these brackets. I mean, if you were thinking that, you know, in the plastic radiator it's not gonna affect anything, like I only have it with a vice grip over here so it doesn't fall forward. But this is, there's no tension on these because it sits on the bottom mounts. So now oh, what's the word I'm looking for? It's got rubber mounts in the bottom, and because it's attached to the radiator here, it's also rubber mount. The radiator is rubber mounted here, so no vibrations will be in the intercooler or the radiator. This is just temporary. I'm gonna reduce these a different way when I'm finished with everything. But that's what it looks like right now. Radiator, intercooler, done. And this is a 3-inch outlet. I have to go down to 2 3/4, 70 millimeters, because I'm planning of running the pipes. Is going to come here and do a 90 and then a 90 up, and it comes out inside here, this area, and there's not enough room for a 3-inch pipe or 76 millimeters, but I think I can fit a 70-inch pipe through here, and it's going to be the same on the other side, because from here it's going to go straight to the throttle body over there on the outlet. The inlet is coming from the turbo back here, and it's going to follow around here and down there, and then the same thing underneath goes and it comes in here in the intercooler. So but that's how far I gotten right now. I was gonna do in the next video, I think, maybe, yeah, next video is gonna be this upper mount. I ordered some new bushings here because this one is completely broken, so I have to wait for the new bushings so I can mount them, and then we'll do the mount to the firewall from this one. But thanks for watching, and if you like it, you want to support me, subscribe. It doesn't cost you a dime, just a click. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.